Hey there, YouTubers. This is your zip code freak. Matt Shiny here in the 92805 on this Saturday, September 6th. For those of you that have already done a view, I had to record this over because for some reason the sound wasn't getting across. I tried listening to it on YouTube and it didn't do the job. Thus my extra. So you can imagine how I felt having that happen. Anyway, the zip code for this video, last week we did one in South Carolina called Indian Lands. This week we're doing one in an area that still is, Indian Land in many ways. 74563, Red Oak, Oklahoma. Kind of fun to say, isn't it? Red Oak, Oklahoma, Red Oak, Oklahoma, Red Oak, Oklahoma, blah, blah. Yep. Red Oak, Oklahoma, southeastern part of the state, Latimer County. About 42 inches of rain per year, so it's definitely forested and is also hilly. It's part of the Choctaw Nation, and the area already had governing going on before Oklahoma became a state in 1907. It was known as the Moshula-Tubby district of the Choctaw Nation, Red Oak was. Red Oak in Choctaw is Nisuppi Homa, and forgive me those that are native speakers of that language for my pronunciation if it's not right. Red Oak, the 74563 zip code is 188.8 square miles in area. Red Oak takes up very little of this. There are 1,914 people in the zip code. There are about 530 people in town itself, so most of those are not in town. They're scattered throughout Latimer County. It got its start in its present form in the 1830s. There were people living here up until the 15th century when prolonged drought and poor health caused them to abandon the area. So when the Trail of Tears was happening from the southeast, many of the people on that trail came here to Oklahoma, which was called Indian Territory at the time. And the area still is about a quarter Native American. There's a man of English ancestry named Edwards that married a woman named Hardaway who was a Choctaw in 1858, and he had a general store, and the town grew up around that. And when the railroad finally came to the area, the Choctaw Railroad, they moved the Red Oak to its present site. It had a high of 676 people in 1980, and the population has been going down. But again, as I said, there are almost 2,000 people in the zip code, which means many of these do not live in town itself. There is a famous person from here. His name is Lane Adams. He was a Major League Baseball player for 4 years. He's now almost 36 years old, so his career was pretty recent. It's in the 2010s. And he played for 4 different franchises. Traded between the Chicago Cubs, the Atlanta Braves, the Minnesota Twins, the Kansas City Royals. Then he played for a couple of the Mexican leagues, and then he retired, and he's now a private hitting instructor. He's part Choctaw himself and still lives in Red Oak. Red Oak's weather is fairly decent considering where it is in the country and what happens in September there. Right now it's 73 degrees, and that's the high, low of 57. Partly cloudy, or mostly cloudy, really. Tomorrow, high of 83, low of 54, partly cloudy. Monday, high of 83, low of 58, partly cloudy. And Tuesday, high of 85, high of 85, low of 58, sunny. By the end of the week, it's going to be in the low 90s with the lows in the 60s. So it's still not quite fall yet. That takes place toward the end of this month. Anyway, Red Oak, Oklahoma, 74563. Hopefully this time we'll get some sound out of this thing. If you like, hit like. If you don't, hit don't, but leave a comment in the comment section below regardless. And hit subscribe. We're going to be doing something different here at the Zip Code Freak Studios. I'll be doing more than once a week, and then I want to take some time off to prepare for next year. So, until the next video, have a good one.